So I've played with the figures from the new banner long enough to formulate an opinion. What do you guys think? Happy Monday. Today is Monday, and it is a good time to start tackling whatever it is you guys have in your life, whatever you're working towards, whatever you're striding towards, like a future, your goals, whatever it is. The beginning of the week is a great time to start. So if you don't have a plan, please take this as an opportunity to start now. Anyway, aside from that, I have a good episode or a good match to show you guys from I think 2 streams ago. But first we're gonna go over these boosters. Well, we're gonna open up these boosters and then we're gonna go over the figures from the banner. So let's start with this purple one. We are getting the Corsola. We'll talk about that too. So hopefully I can pull a Manaphy, but it doesn't look like I'm going to pull a Manaphy from this purple booster. So hopefully from this gold one. Ooh, it's just a rare. Okay. It's a Goodra. Okay, so based off the data mine by Turtle, we are going to be having a rock gym and a grass gym. Well, a rock gym and the grass is going to be super effective. So the rock is going to be getting a plus MP, and the reward is going to be a Corsola. Let me just go over that real quick so you guys know that I'm not lying. Pokemon Duel. Maybe. Okay, there it is. Here is the leak. We have the rock gym. And it looks like we are getting the Corsola. So we are getting a Corsola, which is I'm excited about because I don't have a Corsola, but I don't have the Manaphy. So I'm a little upset about that. However, I am also upset because we got the Lycanroc Midnight form. We got the Lycanroc midday form. Why did we not get the Lycanroc Dusk form for the prize? So I kind of wanted that. So, but whatever. Corsola's cool. All right, let's go back in. So look at this deck. This is the deck that I'm going to start testing because I am done testing the deck that I was currently running. So give me 1 second. We're going to jump into that match and we're going to explain how I feel about the figures thus far. So give me 1 second. All right, guys, we are back and I am going up against one of my favorite decks. This is actually one of my favorite decks to play and to play against. And we are playing against I Suck. I don't know. I don't like your name, bro. I don't think you suck. I mean, 3.7. That's no fluke, man. That's some skill. So let's just talk about the figure so far. Regirock. Regirock, I like that it has 150 attack. It makes it seem like it's viable in League. It's got an explosion that I don't know, man. At level 5, I don't have a miss, but I'll tell you right now, the explosion has gotten me into far more trouble than anything. I've never hit explosion in a good time, like ever. And the protect, I think it's useless. His lock-on ability, it's too niche. Like you have to get, first of all, you have to get close. You have to get 2 steps away from a Pokemon. Then you have to use your ability rather than moving. And that already puts you behind a turn. And what makes it even worse is that you're not guaranteed to, because they have to roll and hit a blue. Like I think if it was guaranteed that if they have blue, it automatically puts a lock on, I think it would be slightly better. But to have to waste your turn, for them to have to hit blue, it's too niche. And then you have to hit the multi-blast, which is only a 90 damage. So, and I haven't even tested this. I haven't hit it and then been KO'd to see if it still works. So that I don't know. Regirock, I feel like it needs more pieces, man. I feel like it needs another figure that's going to, I don't know, make the lock-on ability better, or the multi-blast just needs to be, there's got to be a better way to attach the lock-on. And I think it'd be better if you can just click on that Pokemon. If they have a blue attack, they automatically have a lock-on. I don't know, that might be broken. I don't know, it just, and I don't like the explosion. It's just, I don't know how I feel about Regirock. I feel like he needs more pieces to be viable in the meta. Next one up, we have Lycanroc. Now, I've kind of already explained Lycanroc before. I was really intrigued by his will, but the only problem is, and it stands, he is a multi-function wheel. He is well-rounded. He's not consistent. So whenever I put him against Lunala or anything like that, I'm like, I could hit the counter. I could, but then sometimes I don't. So that's the problem with these wheels. They're inconsistent. I like this. I mean, I guess you just have to watch who you put them up against. Because I've actually been saved by Lycanroc with the stealth hit, with the counter. I've been saved in certain situations, but it's too inconsistent. I want to see more. I would like to see. I wish his counter was bigger. That would make it better, but that would make it a little more broken, I think, in my opinion. So I don't know. I still like the figure. I still want to make him work. And then we have Shaman Sky. Now Shaman Sky, his Seed Flare is kind of attractive because if there are Pokemon that are like like if they're poison or noxious, this attack does times the amount of Pokemon that are damaged. But the problem is the ending of it removes, like the little asterisk, removes the poison and noxious condition from all Pokemon. So after you hit for your whopping 210 or whatever, it's gone. Everybody is not poisoned anymore. And the Dazzling Gleam, it's just, I don't know. He's not as good as Coco, because what does everybody have? Everybody has Coco, and you can't stop the Coco rush because on this deck I don't have a fairy type. So that's what I figured out. This deck that I've been running for like a week or two, it's weak against rush decks, so I get completely destroyed by it. So based on these three figures, Shaman's too niche too. It's attractive because people are like, oh, it gives them 2 MP off of the bench, and if they're next to him, they get 2 MP as well. But if Shaman's off the bench, like in the late game, you're kind of in trouble, and you can't really rely on Shaman to really knock out anybody. So overall, the banner that came out, I'd probably give it like if I had to grade it, I would give it like a B-, possibly a C, man. I don't know. How do you guys feel about it? Anyway, like I said, this is like one of my favorite decks, man. I love the Matang decks. I actually ran one because I ran one when we got word that we were going to have a possible rock and steel banner. I was getting hyped for Mega Lucario. I was getting hyped for Aegislash. So I built a deck similar to this because I love the Tractor Beam. I love what it does. I love how much synergy it has with steel decks. So if you don't know, Tractor Beam move one of your other steel type Pokemon within 2 steps of this Pokemon to a point 1 or 2 steps away. So you kind of have to have a steel type at least 1 to 2 steps away from you. Then you can do some cheesy surround. So he's got 4 steel mons. The only problem with this deck right now is that he has the Beldum. It's good for people who have Coco, but I don't have Coco. So the Beldum doesn't really serve a purpose in this match. But he also has the Aggron, and Aggron is a problem. It's a problem for every deck, I think, in my opinion. Heavy Slam, he's 1 MP, the Brutal Swing, and the Iron Tail is a whopping 140 damage. I don't think he had the Mega. Oh, he doesn't have the Mega, but he's got the Steel Energy and the Metal Sphere. So his attacks, I believe it's the highest attack, is plus 20. So, I mean, his deck hits pretty hard. He's got some cheesy surrounds. And then you have my deck. Like, I do have the Terrakion. I do have the ultimate counter. But as soon as I lose Terrakion, things are a problem. So let's watch how this game unfolds. I kind of want to talk about things I've missed, things I think he missed, and how we both could improve. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. He starts off with the Steel Energy. That's fair because he wants to set the matchup, but this is good for me because then I can bring on my Shaman, and then I can automatically bring up my Celestelia. So I can already start going for the cheese. So right there, I put up my Regirock in front of the Matang so I can start doing that his lock on, and here I go. Boom. Doesn't hit the blue, see? And I'm like, so that just, to me, that makes you like behind a turn. Oh, and he also has, I do it again, he's also got the Skirt Birdie, and then he hits the blue, which is good because these are all psychic. Well, there's 3 Psychic Mons, so it's gonna buff them even more. So it's a really thought out deck. I think it's a really good deck. Fortunately for me, I do have the swap spot, so I swap spot here and I go straight for the Matang. And I actually remember this match. I got pretty fortunate. I hit Stone Edge. I think I hit Stone Edge the majority of the time. If I did not hit the Stone Edge right there, I would have lost that roll. But as you can see, it got buffed 20 because of the plates. I see he started advancing with his Aggron, so I kind of want to debut my Lycanroc. That was a good play. Threatened the surround there. Now I'm going to move back, and I'm just wanting him to move up his aggron. This is a fair play. He has the rolls on me, or he has the favorable matchup. Either way, I'm going to the bench or the PC, so I definitely agree with that play. I don't know what the Belden was for. I think I might have misclicked there. I don't remember why I would have done that, but it's time to bring the Hearthstone on. I think you do need the Hearthstone with the Lycanroc just to be somewhat competitive. I hit the counter that KOs everything above 20, and then the his other attack, I don't remember what it is, but it hits for 95, so if I'm with the Hearthstone, I'm hitting for 115, but this is a good opportunity for me to max revive my Terrakion, because like I said, Terrakion is my win condition in this match. And again, he hits the Metal Claw, and again, I hit the Stone Edge. Yeah, that's the only problem with this deck, is that it gets completely hard countered by Terrakion. And honestly, Terrakion has found his way back into the meta. The 130 is just so good, and if you look at mine's chained to 10. My 130 is like, I think 39 or like in the 40s, so it's pretty good. And the plates, man, the plates. I was nervous here. This was a good play. I actually want to talk about it. I mean, dude, he's hitting the Metal Claw so much. So, in my opinion right there, I don't necessarily know why. Well, so he DC'd there. And I thought he was going to go for the Tractor Beam. And I think that would have been a better play. But again, I don't think he wanted to risk landing the, what is it, the Bullet Punch. I mean, Pokefodder's first rule. If you have the winning roll on the first turn, don't re-roll. But I think I would have gambled there. I would have gone for the DC. Well, I would have re-rolled. And if I would have won that roll, I would have surrounded the Celestelia. And that puts his Solgaleo right next to my Shaman, who he absolutely destroys my Shaman, and then like I'm in a terrible position, but I think he decided to play safe there, which is fine. And now I have my Pheromosa on the bench, and then I have my Celestelia in the first slot of the PC, so I am in a bad position because I need both of those mons on the board at the same time for this deck to be successful, because my deck really heavily relies on the cheese. I learned some things about this match too. So I felt like I didn't really have many options. I'm like, I gotta start making plays. I gotta start making you know, turns that I don't really agree with. But oh, and here, boom. Scared. Did my opponent have a double chance? I don't think he did, but I want to check. Let's stop it. Okay, so he doesn't. So, so maybe he does need to have the double chance instead of the X speed, because had he landed the Tractor Beam, that would have been he would have moved Solgaleo right where my Pheromosa is, and I'd be in trouble. And here again, I'm in trouble. Did I have the goal block? I did have the goal block, and I remember I made a conscious decision. I was like, I'm not going to goal block, because Pheromosa has a pretty large blue, and I think it should be blue on blue. If I don't hit blue, then I lose the game outright if he does hit the Tractor Beam. So, but he doesn't. Yeah, so right there I was like, why did he not go for it? I think he should have went for it, but he doesn't. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. And I bring Terrakion, but I'm still leaving the goal wide open. So I'm still actually in a predicament. So here he can do it again. Unfortunately, I get the low sweep, but I'm KO'd. Or wait, no, okay, he couldn't. No, that was right. He couldn't because his Solgaleo wasn't close enough. Okay, never mind. That was I don't want to say it was that risky. I mean, I had the favorable matchup. We're just gonna keep playing. Feels bad, man. I thought he was going to attack. I was actually okay with putting him there because of the explosion and my 150. But to my surprise, he didn't attack. And he goes after my Shaman. Which, I mean, it could have went either way. Had I hit my quick attack. That was a great defensive setup he had there. And, of course, he gets the Alluring Dance. I mean, the Alluring Dance is pretty big, so, I mean... That's fair. Except for when I attack the Skirt Bird with Zapdos, he always hits dodge, so, I don't know. Ah, man. Aggron's a beast. Do you guys think Aggron is going to see it make its way in the meta? Coming in clutch. Coming in clutch. I actually wanted him to surround my Celestelia, but he didn't. Wait, did I? No, I didn't. No, I think that was just a misplay right there on his part. But I ended up getting the Rendezvous. Yeah, I think that was a misplay. I don't know why he just did attack or surround my Celestelia, because I have the Pheromosa on the board, so it would have been, I don't know. Yeah, that would have been, I think he should have. What do you guys think? My opponent's smart. He knows I'm in the Ultra Space. He knows he's got to protect his Skirt Birdie. I don't know why I moved back here. Oh, I remember how I moved back here. I wanted to win this roll, and if I do, I can take the entry point the following turn, and then we're in a good position. And fortunately, that's exactly what happened. I do hit the counter. And just like that, things are in my favor. Trying to get rid of my Lycanroc. I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, I do have a slight chance of hitting the Roar, but... Stone Edge, that's what it is, Stone Edge. So when I have the Hard Stone, I'm hitting for 115. And just like that, it is GG, boys. If I survive this roll, and I do, and because I am 4 MP, I can just take the goal. So, good game. I suck. I really like the deck. Fortunately for me, I did have the counter. I did have the Terrakion, so it made it rather difficult for him to play. The thing is, I really want to... I like this deck primarily for the Mighty Sphere. I think it's the Mighty Sphere. It's the plate that when you surround them, it brings them to your PC, which I don't think my opponent had. Yeah, because he had the Metal Sphere and the Steel Energy, I believe. So I think it works better with Mighty Sphere, because then I'm down Pokemon with my Pokemon in his PC. So that's what I was running when I was running the Lucario. But what do you guys think about that deck? Like I said, it's one of my favorite decks, but I don't think it's going to be relevant anymore because Terrakion's back in the meta. So here's a look at my new deck. I'm going to be testing this because of the Shiny Ray buff. I kind of want to still test a little bit of Shaman, even though I've given you my opinions on it. I want to test the Shiny Ray. He's going to counter the Ultra Beast decks, and I kind of want to make an OP Noivern. And I kind of want to... I haven't used Shiny Gengar or Gyarados, so we're gonna try this deck out. We're gonna rock it for about a week or two, see how I feel, and then I'll report back to you guys. So we're gonna cut it there. It is Monday, like I said. Please start jotting down those goals, start checking them off. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Later.